Hello, everyone. Lesley Myrick here, interior designer and business coach with Nancy Quinn. We've got a fun live today. We're with Peter and Alex from Daniel House Club and one of Daniel House Club's designers, Margaret Carroll. So let me start with Peter and Alex. If you guys are not familiar with Daniel House Club, amazing way to purchase furniture as an interior designer. And I will let them introduce Margaret and tell us what we're talking about today.
Yeah, well, we are so excited to be here as usual. Lesley, it's great to see you. Margaret is we love all of our 7,000 members equally. I always have to say that. But Margaret has just been kind of with us from the very beginning, I would say, or maybe not day one, but has been a member for quite a long time and is one of our members who travels to High Point regularly, which allows us the chance to interact with her more than some other people. So Margaret Carroll Interiors was kind enough to come and chat with us and talk about how she's used the tool to build her business. Not the tool, used us, the very exciting, fun to shop place.
With amazing customer service.
With amazing customer service. And I feel like we've probably already said too much. So maybe we start with
from Margaret?
Yeah, something from Margaret. How did you find us and what kind of made you think, oh, this is something that could work?
Honestly, I have no idea how I found you. I do feel like I was there from day 3,
Yeah.
But I'm so glad I did. I'm first of all, I'm Margaret Carroll. I am based out of Bethesda, Maryland, right outside of Washington, D.C. Like I said, I don't know how I found you, but I started my business. I've been an architect most of my adult life. I went to University of Maryland architecture school, and a couple of years ago, maybe 7 years ago, we tore down and built our house. And I decided instead of the big A, I wanted to do more custom residential.
Big A. I like that.
Like we call it big A, little A for smaller homes, and then this is obviously the ID. Right?
Yeah.
So once I did that, I kind of got that bug and I was like, I'm going to switch over. So little did I know, it's 2 completely different worlds, and it's really hard running your own business. I'm sure everybody understands that. But one of the things that I found when I started really getting into furniture, sourcing, procurement, it was so complicated. Luckily, I have a girlfriend who's a mentor, my friend Jen, out of Baltimore, and she's my mentor, and she helps me here's what you do in this situation, that situation. So I find Daniel House. I'm like, what is this? I can go on at midnight, look for a round black coffee table. 12 come up. It's so easy. Put it in the cart, send it, order. It feels like anything. It just feels like something that's out there already. I don't want to say, it's just like online shopping, but it's only for designers. So I just thought this was such an easy way for me to get used to vendors that I actually didn't know. And then also, I don't have to meet any minimums. A lot of them were asking for $5,000, $25,000 minimums. I was just kind of starting a couple of years ago. So it was a no-brainer for me. And I just, once you start asking concierge a couple of questions, you're like, wait, why are they so nice?
Like, how do they have time for little old me to answer all my emails and all my questions?
Yes. Who me? You're answering me. Because as we know, a lot of reps that if I don't have a longstanding relationship with them, 5 years, 10 years, they kind of sometimes don't email you back because they don't know if you're going to buy 1 chair, 1 table, or 20.
Yeah.
So this was great for me to start. But then my business started getting bigger, and now I'm doing whole homes or large model units for large developers where I'm buying a lot. So then I thought this is the perfect solution because I'm buying many items, lots of different vendors, lots of different types of items, and then it's all in one place. So that's my.
I'm so glad you said it's just like online shopping because I just showed a video to a friend of mine who's not in the industry at all, and it included a clip of you saying that same thing, and he laughed. He's like, well, "That's a silly thing to say." It is online shopping. It's like, if you have ever tried ordering furniture as a designer, it's nothing like
It is
online
nothing.
shopping.
You guys are online shopping, but with actual humans who help. Like it's like
Yes.
the best of both worlds together, and that is such a rare thing.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you're thinking about trying to find a black round wood coffee table that's 48 inches or 47 inches, you have to now think of how many vendors might have that. Then go to their websites and see if they have it. Then you have to email 4 or 5 different reps, if you have one set up, to see what the price is, and then send you a quote. I mean,
and that's just for the black coffee table.
That's just one.
It's for one piece of hundreds per
Yeah.
project.
And it's just for the item, not the shipping, which comes later,
Mhm.
sometimes months later.
Right.
So,
And that's,
So-
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I mean, I feel like it's obvious since you have grown from those first initial orders to ordering lots more. But can you just I feel like one of our best, I'm putting words in your mouth, so you feel free to say something different. One of our best qualities is actually after you've made the purchase. We're pretty helpful in ensuring that everything does actually, despite what Lesley is currently experiencing, which has never happened before.
I have one minor delay, but it is not anything that is your fault, and your team has been really great at handling it.
Yeah, but if you could just talk about, good, I'm glad. If you could just talk about what happens after you've placed the order.
So I have 2 stories. I mean, obviously, once you order, and I tell people this, I am totally your spokesperson. I was just telling somebody last night, you handle returns and damages. It's unbelievable. I'll just send you guys a picture and say, this stool was broken when my receiver got it. Okay, great. And then you handle it and send me an email back saying, here's the shipping label. I mean, it's amazing. Then there was this one other time where I always tell this story. I needed to know kind of the overhang for a coffee table because it was very tight in this room. And I needed to know. And I was like, well, it's not online. So I contacted concierge, and you guys found out for me what it was.
Wow.
Like, it's not on the PDF. It's not, they just I guess, I mean, maybe it was Uttermost. I have no idea who it was. But anyway, you guys contacted them, found out, and then, I was like, this is amazing. Because I don't have that connection or relationship with that vendor, right? But you guys do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what happens afterwards. The customer, like I said it before, the customer service is amazing. And I mean, it's invaluable.
More and more, I always used to wonder, why can't they give dimensions like the overhang? Come on.
This is the stuff we need to know.
Well, and clearly, you've got a digital file of this product somewhere in all likelihood. But I think, sometimes it comes down to once you start working more deeply with a vendor, some of them that's proprietary, and they don't, they don't want that out there in the world necessarily for their competitor to make the same thing, but with one minor change.
There's another reason, but I don't know if that's what our conversation is about.
Go for it.
I mean, people like behind the scenes they often work with a lot of vendors, even big ones with their own design firm will have some factories do the design or make design changes. So they do not know final dimensions until the first item arrives.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
Which I did find
That's interesting.
People like these weird back-end details.
Yeah, I love that.
We recently have been trying to get to build a library of 3D files for clients that are asking for them. Don't get too excited. I mean, we will have some, but we have to send NDAs that we won't share them broadly because of this reason. And a lot of sites have this, so I'm really interested in I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but we're excited.
That's interesting.
But in the
Yes.
meantime, if anybody, Margaret, if you have more, Lesley, if you have others, or anybody listening has questions about dimensions, we do really try to go find out, or sit or feel texture. So we go so far as trying to find specific items at High Point and like measuring them or sitting in them. And I still do this sometimes when I go. So can't promise we'll find something, but if you ever have a question, I will go seek it out and figure out whatever you need to know.
And our concierge Renee, who lives in Winston-Salem, has actually gone to showrooms, not during market, on people's behalf to sit in it and say it's good.
Or
So.
All right. So we know your customer service is amazing. We know you make it easy for online shopping. Margaret, I would love to hear more about scaling, because we want to talk about how you scaled your business with Daniel House Club. And I mean, time saving is obviously one of them, but I'd love to hear more about what that journey looked like for you.
Sure. I think it was more about time saving because I am inherently, I think I'm like lazy because why is it so much easier to do this? So I think for me, time is money, right? Everything is about how many hours you do something, how long you're sourcing, how many emails you need to send out. So I think if I didn't use Daniel House I did a large home in Kiowa, South Carolina. And the amount of time I think about, I would have had to source from so many different places, and then the emails, and then the kind of the back and forth with the quotes, and then just the procurement part. That's how I scaled, because I was just more efficient. For me as an architect, you want to be efficient. And so I just think that's how it is, and I actually had an assistant for one or two of my projects, and she was even saying, it's so easy. I was like, yes, I know. And, I do many things in my life, and I have kids, I'm a field hockey coach, lots of different things. So during the day, I'm kind of busy. Love that Daniel House is open at night. So another way that kind of open, but
I was going to say, like, they're not, Peter and Alex aren't sitting there at midnight, just to be clear.
No. You definitely get an email saying we're closed. See you tomorrow.
But we should say our concierge is now open until 9 p.m. Eastern, because
that's great.
Yep.
So not to stop you, but
no, it's okay. I think that's it. Really, how do you move from small apartment condo projects to whole home projects? And I thought this was the way. So everything I sourced, I started with Daniel House. And then if it wasn't there, then I would think, okay, what did I see at High Point last year? What other vendors do I know? Maybe a sectional isn't on Daniel House, and I would just have to go to that, just those one or two vendors that weren't on Daniel House at the time. Maybe it's there now, right? So I think just the efficiency of it for me I just don't understand why we don't have more members, by the way. I
love that. I also, you're not lazy, you're just smart. I would say it's one of the things I see most commonly with, I'm not going to say designers in general are dumb about this, but there's a personality trait in a lot of designers, including Peter, I think it's social pressure. Like, I need to be doing all of this for my client, and I need to be busy, and I need to be, maybe would it be true? I need to be stressed. If I'm not stressed, I'm not.
No, well, I mean, okay. I view it as like, I need to get things that are special for the client. And because I want this project to be unique. I don't want it to look like somebody else's. And so I'm going to spend 17 hours finding the right black table, because that's critical.
But you also like to do, struggle to hand off all of those other small things. Like, you have to figure out how to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ever like my immediate response is not, oh, someone else could do this. It's, I have to figure out how to do this.
And that is something I see in almost every designer I talk to.
Yeah, it's hard to delegate and let go.
Yeah,
so hard.
And
I do all my own Revit drawings. I do all my own renderings. And it's, people say, how come you don't outsource that? I'm like, I don't know.
I'll say for me, it's not because I'm a control freak. It's because I'm like, it's going to take me time to find this person that can do this and do it well. I've just said I'm not a control freak. I do want the positive outcome, like I don't want to hire somebody who's really going to be a disappointment.
Designers are control freaks. I mean,
I know.
full stop. We know it's hard to
Yes.
delegate. We know it's hard to let go because most of us had to just start this all on our own, and we had to do everything on our own. We had to figure out the different vendors and open accounts and order and tracks from 75 different places. And it's like, you guys kind of have given us the cheat code.
What I think
our
is
business
kind
Yes.
of cool
Cheat code.
about Daniel House Club is that you don't really realize you're delegating until you've made some purchases. And then you're like, oh.
I always say, like, Daniel House is my partner. They're on my team.
Yeah.
I use you guys like you're on my team, whether it's procurement or, questions about, whatever. Like, I need this, I need that. Hey, does this bed come in a, whatever, is the king still, lead times alone. When I ask about lead time, you guys are right there. No, it's 8 weeks, or it's in stock, it's coming. It's the answers are so, and I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I feel like maybe I'm special.
Well, I think, I can't remember if it's Team Nancy or some other, we don't talk to any other coaches, so it couldn't be somebody else. Who suggests to their students that you could track Daniel House Club's hours and bill your client for that.
Because you are an extension of our
a few
team.
clients for whom the concierge will track hours, and they're considering Daniel House employees part of their team, which really they are, because otherwise you would have to hire somebody full time, and you would have to bill your client for that time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. I mean, and I always get asked, like, why do you always talk about them? I'm like, does anyone else drop ship? Does anyone else have free shipping for forehand? So by the time I get, I can't get those discounts at forehands. I just don't buy enough. So I'd like the free shipping and then charge shipping to my clients, of course.
That's the way
I mean, there's just so many reasons. And that's another one where I don't think people understand that you don't have to send, a lot of things I like to send to my homes, small, like light fixtures, accessories. I don't need to send that to my receiver, and they're going to charge me $30 every time something comes in, and they don't even open the box.
Yeah, that's something I hadn't really thought of. You don't have to send everything to the receiver. No. Some items could arrive.
Yeah. I don't sell rugs to the receiver. I just send it to my clients because my receiver love them, but they don't open everything. It just, next time I see it, it's still wrapped, whatever it says, like Lloyd, Jaipur, whatever. I'm like, but you charged me.
Right. But I can see that it's not interesting. Well, we won't say the name of that receiver.
So
in the last few minutes, I'm curious, like, what would be helpful next? Like,
ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah, I think for me, those CAD files,
I should have never put that out.
SketchUp files, you should have. What else? We talked about it a little bit. I think just they're labeling my orders a certain way. I think there was one thing I was like, I'm not sure which one it is, but I think that's coming. You guys said something about that. What else? I think I think you guys are doing the right things. I'm not sure what else I need, because maybe more items can be placed on there. Sometimes, the 10 black round coffee tables is not enough. Maybe I need like 15.
Always more.
Kind of I just emailed you guys today because there was a mirror and I was like, of course it's going to be on there. And I was like, oh, it's not there. But anyway, I just emailed.
They get it up so fast. You send them a link to the product you want, and it's on the website within a couple of days.
It's so fast.
Yeah. And even if it's a vendor we don't have, if you email the concierge and say, I want to work with this vendor, we're keeping track of all those. If they get a certain number of check marks from designers, we go after them with priority. So just put the names out there that you want.
I love it.
I wish I could tell you an upgrade.
Well, think about it, and we'll have you on again. For
I've got
upgrades.
one I'd like to throw out there.
Go
that
ahead.
Okay, yeah.
So what I love, and this ties in with the scaling thing because it's going to save time. I love that either we as designers can purchase or we can send our clients a cart. I would love if the cart was just a link and not a process where you had to send an email to a client, have them open the email. I would love a direct link that I could share.
Yep.
That would be really cool and save time.
Yeah.
Because I could embed it into my software, my programs, my system, rather than having to send a separate one. It's not a deal breaker, just
Right.
one of those things that would make things even more clean and simple and efficient and allow me to scale and grow faster.
I think I've heard also on some of these designer forums I'm on, people were interested in doing like a like to know. What is it called? Like to know, where you can send.
Where you can send links and anyone can buy them on the internet.
Exactly. And you can make the markup of a small markup or whatever. I think that would be amazing to instead of going like an Amazon affiliate, right? But we have all day in the house. I know. Wow.
Throwing some ideas your way from designers who are excited to grow and scale
Yes.
and make more.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, do you have any other?
I think, well covered. As always, please do send in your ideas. Even if your name is not Lesley or Margaret, but we listen to everybody. We're happy to have you. And Margaret, thank you for kind words.
See you guys at High Point. Lesley, are you going to be at High Point?
I will not be at High Point this time, unfortunately, but have fun. It's such an amazing opportunity to see and touch and measure overhangs of coffee tables, and do those good things.
Endless fun. We should probably tell you where you can find us at
Please do. I know you guys have a big High Point presence.
Yes, we all the time, more and more active. But we do have 4 of our concierge team members coming, and they are taking client one-on-one meetings just to talk about how we can best serve you. So if you are a member or would like to be a member and you'd like to meet with a concierge, we're going to be at the Universal has a lounge that they're in partnership with Rue Magazine. So we're a sponsor of that. So we'll be there kind of in and out all weekend, but you can email to set up an appointment. And then on Friday, you guys know Jenna
Gaduzik?
Gaduzik, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she's doing AI Day at FASY on Friday, and we are a sponsor there. So we're going to be at the cocktail hour, and then we're on a panel with Rue Magazine as well at Universal at 2 o'clock on Saturday. The following day, we're just going to be hanging at Dovetail in the afternoon. So there's a panel there called Meet the Podcasters. And then finally, also at the Rue Lounge, we have Robin White, who the website designer, and Rick Campos, podcaster, business coach. They will both be hosting office hours. So just come with questions about your business or about your website or SEO, and they are available to help you out. So
amazing.
It'll be a lot of fun, and we will be exhausted by Tuesday when we leave. And
we will, but thank you for showing up and helping us interior designers run killer businesses.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Thank
Margaret,
you.
thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you.
And we'll be back next month with the Daniel House Club team. And if you're at High Point, please go find them, say hi. They're very nice. I've met them. And they're such a great wealth of knowledge and such a fantastic resource for us designers. So thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you again next month.